to talk about reputation, which I think is such a good topic and something that I know haven't talked about in a while. So you hear enough from me, and I'm just going to pass it right on over to Ellie so she can get started. Thank you so much, Ellie, for doing this for us.
Thank you, Michelle. Hey guys, thank you for having me. It's such an honor to speak to anyone ever. You guys are so lucky that you have your upline as Michelle, whom I know, love, and trust very much. And contrary to what you guys might have heard about my sunny disposition, I actually dislike most people. So I love Michelle super much, which says like a lot. Okay, so just a little correction on Michelle's thing. Not Success Club 100, ever. Nothing like that. I fight that tooth and nail. Success Club 60 months, yes. Success Club 5, 10, 15. I think 1 month I heard like I hit 48, and I swear I don't know if I'll ever do that again, willingly. So just so you know, my business has been built, and this is the most like important thing I always start any conversation with. I'm on a dead leg. If you don't know what that means, it means that I have no upline volume. No one ever mentors me or brings me coaches or signs up coaches under me other than my own team. I've also rarely hit more than 20 Success Club. Like 20 something on a launch, maybe, sure. But genuinely, I average about 12 to 15 points over the year. So like launches bump me up, and some months I know these people are like, there's a lot of people really happy to be a Success Club 10 All-Star legend. I am so proud of them. It's 0 on my wish list. I am a Success Club legend for 60 months straight. I love that. And I have a 6-figure business without anyone's help and without crazy numbers. So it's all doable just the way you want to do it. So what I'm going to show you today is a more universal topic. So usually when I go through something that I love to teach, I always disclaimer it super heavily with, this is what works for me. This might be different for you. You make it your own. No, this is like a thing in life, in business, in general. This is a thing. You can't make this your own, but you can do you within it. And we're going to talk about why your reputation is almost more important than anything else you ever do in this business. Because in 5 years of coaching, I have seen people come and go like a revolving door. Like, I don't know, can you put your hand up if any of you ever did any kind of a bartending or waitressing job or worked in retail? Those are jobs that are just like, if you just stay at the same job for a year, you'll be like a key holder or an assistant manager or something for no other reason that you just didn't quit. And based on seniority, you just got like a bigger job just because nobody sticks it, right? This is worse. This is like people leave business in general, not just Beachbody, any business, more than they leave retail jobs or trade them. So the number one thing you need to realize is that if you just decide you're not going to quit, in 2 years, you'll be ahead of 90% of your peers, including the ones that you follow and they make you feel like garbage and you hate to follow them, but you still follow them. Like, you know, those coaches. Another disclaimer, after tonight, maybe be inspired to go through Instagram, and every time you scroll a story, if somebody makes you feel any kind of FOMO, you need to like unfollow them, right? Like, you know, we all know this, right? We all know this. There are a lot of top coaches out there that will give anybody FOMO. They will give themselves FOMO if they watch their own stories, they feel bad and not worthy, right? So clean up, because you're going to need that for tonight. Okay, so I'm going to share my screen. I am going to, host has disabled attendee screen sharing. Well, apparently Michelle doesn't have any power. She's like, oh gosh, what is she going to show them? Do you know how to fix it? Because I don't. It's still not working. But I have slides, and they're pretty. It has to be somewhere under. While we wait here.
Okay, you should be able to do it now.
I did it. Perfect. Got it. I didn't even know this was an option. I should disable mine. Okay, got it. If this burns out your retinas, I'm really sorry. I can't really control the shades. Okay, so we're going to talk about reputation. Okay, so reputation, for those of us that English is like the third language, the beliefs or opinions that are generally held about someone or something, and it's a widespread belief that someone or something has a particular habit or characteristic. You guys, I promise to you, your success numbers, anything, your reputation will not come from your success. You are going to be successful or not based on your reputation. It doesn't go the other way around. Like sometimes people are, you know, when I become big, which I'm not sure what the definition of that is, or like when I make it, also not sure what the definition of that is, I'm going to be this person. But that is exactly the same as the weight loss debacle many of our challengers and some of ourselves go through. The people who say, when I lose 50 pounds, I will. When I have abs, I will. And then what usually happens is with that kind of narrative, they get there doing whatever they can, sacrificing things. They get there, and the number one disappointment is, I feel the same, but like the same bad, the same stuck, the same unfulfilled, the same. I hit this goal that was supposed to change me. But you have to change to be happy at that new goal when you hit it, right? Reputation is exactly the same. You are not going to be a better recruiter when you have hit like 2-star diamond. It's the journey that's going to change you. It's how your reputation will grow or crumble, because that's another thing that does happen in this business. And it starts with this like popular, wonderful coach that everybody loves, and slowly but surely, if it's a facade, and in this business it's so easy to have facades, over the years the cracks start to show, first to the inner circle, first to their team, then to their challengers, and then it grows, and that person's business starts to hurt, and it's reputation based, right? So a note to new coaches: your previous networking and social media presence in your online community, your friends, your loved ones, your family, wherever you are on Facebook or Instagram, will either reward you or penalize you. And it's okay to understand that, and it's very important to know where you start, so that you may do some damage control if you have to. So for example, if this is your 7th MLM, you will have to work really hard to fix your reputation, because your reputation is that you just go for anything. And if you were in many MLMs and you were like super excited about every single one of them, and that was the best product ever, no this, no this, no now I'm that, that's a whirlwind. All that tells me as an entrepreneur is that you were just really looking for something and you couldn't find it, but you really wanted to find it, and maybe this is it for you. But to your network, they're not looking at you as an experienced entrepreneur, looking at a peer. They're looking at you as their crazy friend who just does everything and hopes for a miracle. So it's very important, if you're a new coach, to sit with your upline who's working the business and scroll through your Facebook before coaching and kind of see what kind of a person people expected you to be. Just to know whether you will need to gain trust, whether you are already in a really good place with your people, or whether you were just that person that posted like one post of 60 like pictures of your children, like 60 of them, you know, like you see 5 and then it says 60 plus at the bottom. And it's just like 60 of the same shot of your child, or like your cat. And then you shared 17 pages to your Facebook profile, and then you ranted about the weather. And if you never got any likes or comments on that, because, you know, it was probably not that engaging to people, you were just posting for yourself on your social media, which is nothing wrong with, then you can't open a business and be like, oh, they don't like what I'm posting. well, honeybee, were they loving what you were posting before? Because like if your profile was dead before, it is not going to be excited now. You're going to have to work to get that. On the other hand, if you were already very active on social media, anywhere, seriously, it actually doesn't matter. I know everybody's like Instagramming their pants off. And, you know, I personally am not. I just do the stories because they go to my Facebook, and my Facebook is so hot that Instagram, I'm like, I have a pretty picture. Should it go there? So, you know, for me, I'm a Facebook person, but by all means, where you are growing, assess that if you're a new coach, right? And just go from there. But your expectation has to be that, you know, if you were very engaging, for me, I was very polarizing. Like in my posts before business, I was super polarizing. I posted about politics all the time. I posted about LGBTQ, PQ, SA, any letter that comes along, I'm like, we will fight for you. Who are you? Because I am an environmentalist, I'm an activist, I'm a fundraiser. I'm like, you know, that meme of like Wonder Woman where like my husband tells me not to get into an argument and I'm like, coming. So that was me before Beachbody. And they will tell you, some trainings will tell you, don't post things that have nothing to do with your business. Don't post polarizing things about politics. But if that's your personality and that's what your people knew you for, don't go changing because you might upset some people. I mean, I like nothing more than upsetting people on my profile, actually. I'm polarizing all the time. And sometimes a topic will blow up that is really sensitive, and I kind of feel like I don't really want to get involved in it. And then 2 days later, I can't help it and I make a post about it. There will always be a comment at the bottom, and someone will say, I was waiting on you. I wanted to see what you thought. So I already have a reputation of like the SHIT disturber, who, you know, will weigh in. Sometimes it makes people angry and people have blocked me. But those are such polarizing, important messages to me that I couldn't probably work with them very closely in a challenge group either, right? So it's important with all that, even if you're not a new coach, to assess there's nothing more exhausting and draining than having to be someone else on social media for the sake of your business. There is nothing. If you're the coach who wakes up with bloat and you usually have abs and you agonize for 30 minutes to take the right picture that looks like yesterday, that is a pitiful existence. Don't do it. Take the bloat picture, put it next to your last epic picture, and say, here's a reverse transformation no one wants to see, hashtag thanks Chinese food. I do that all the time, and it saves me having to pretend I'm okay. I'm not okay. I'm dying. I ate way too much of that rice stuff with the soy, with the MSG that's so delicious, and like I'm going to suffer for 4 days. And then I'll do like a little update on my baby bloat coming down, and people were like, you are like us. And I'm like, no, I'm not. I'm not like you. Like, I've done a lot of work, but okay. Not as nice as people think. So, reputation. All right. So next, we're going to talk about why focus on reputation. Focusing on building your reputation is the healthiest thing to do for your mindset. Healthiest thing you can do for your mindset, because you will work with the results in mind. Too many of us, ladies, too many of us work at business without like a solid goal. Your rank is actually not a goal. You control very little of your rank. And your rank should be a reflection of other more tangible goals, like how many customers you're bringing in, how many people are getting results. Those are tangible things. But we always measure like the craziest stuff, you know, like one day when I'm a 5-star, what does that mean? Like, what if you made 3 of your friends 5-star illegally and you actually have a smoke and mirrors gong show that's not paying you any income because the volume's terrible? Like, that means nothing, right? But when you're working towards your reputation, it's a much more tangible goal. So for example, this means you're less emotionally available to other influences. So you are going to say, if you had no goal for reputation, I'm not going to succeed at this business because even my best friend, sister, partner won't support me. I won't succeed. Even my closest people don't love me. But if you go with a reputation in this business, even if they don't support you, you will be saying, I'm in the process of building my reputation through my journey, and others will witness my growth and gain trust. So if your goal is to sign up your entire family as Beachbody drinkers, Shakeology cult followers, and they say no, well, now what? Just the next list, right? But if your goal is to build a solid reputation, you understand that it will take time, because we all know a reputation is like a view of a long period of time. So your reputation isn't how good you did on your meal plan for a week, you lucky bunny. Your goal is to show people that you can maintain it for 6 months, that a year later you're stronger. You understand by the word reputation, I mean years. And that circles us back to the number one advantage you have. If you just don't quit, you're going to excel tremendously, because everyone else is going to quit. Even the people you're envious of might move on before you quit. And that's like, to me, the most surprising thing over 5 years is how many people I legitimately tortured myself with as a new coach. Why can't I just post like her? Why is she so perfect? Oh, I can't even get these words out, and she just like radiates them. And 5 years later, she's either gone or I'm doing better than her. It's not about that person right now. It's a long marathon. Like, it will end when you're dead if you're doing this properly. So focusing on your reputation takes a lot of pressure from life punching you in the face, which, let's face it, as entrepreneurs, sometimes things punch us in the face like real bad, and you have to fall down a little bit and get up. And I always tell myself, if a coach of mine ever comes and complains about something, I'm going to smack them over the head with this. I'm going to be like, oh, you think that's bad? Let me tell you what happened to me. And that's actually a very effective way for me to manage disappointment, because I'm like, someone's going to complain about something lesser than this. And I'll be like, you're going to be okay, because I survived something much worse, like this. So I'm going to reverse engineer it, because I love nothing more than an exercise. So 3 little things. If you have a sticky note or an app on your phone, seriously write this down. Make it your phone screensaver. Stick it to your computer. Only if you work at your computer. For 5 years, I had stuff stuck to my laptop and I never sat at it. So like, that didn't help. So like, put it wherever you actually are going to see it and write this down. What do you want to be known for? No other question has ever been asked of me in 5 years that has made a bigger impact on my life. You don't know what to post? Look at it. What do you want to be known for? You don't know what kind of a free group you want to have, or a freemium, or a checklist, or what free thing you want to give to your people? What do you want to be known for? You don't know if that coach is right for your team? I'm kidding. Most of us are like, yeah, sign up. You're going to fit right in. We're going to make you fit. We're going to put you in a square hole and we're going to make you fit. But genuinely, somebody comes to you, not sure you can work with them. What do you want to be known for? And that's universal. There's no way you can fail with this. Is it going to change? No, it's going to evolve. It shouldn't change. You shouldn't start wanting to be known for one thing, and 5 years later, it's like a totally different thing. Because maybe you were really misguided at the beginning when you said that. It should absolutely evolve, and it will tweak, and it will grow, and it will become so much more niched, and it will get really exciting one day when you're building a brand and you know exactly how to use that in your business, right? But at any point, that's the biggest thing. All your social media, all your posts, all your replies to people who irk you online, your sister-in-law who posts something on a social media and it's completely insensitive to you, and you're like, she means that for me. You know what? Maybe she does, though, because, in-laws can be like that. But then you can just look at that and go, what do I want to be known for? Is it replying nasty to people? Is it being defensive? Do I want to be known as the salesy person? Here's another one. Do I want to be known as the Beachbody coach? Now, some people run really successful businesses under the Beachbody coach. I am Team Beachbody. Beachbody is releasing this new exciting program. Beachbody has new Shakeology. Beachbody. I am the Beachbody coach. if you want to run that way, one piece of advice, run as hard as you can that way and never back down. Because you either like that, all in 100%, and you do it for so long that when somebody says Beachbody, everybody in your newsfeed goes, I have a Beachbody person, just because they're like pre-programmed to say that. But if you're not going to be that person, you will need to dig deeper and use Beachbody programs for the thing you want to be known for. To me, my business is not Beachbody. I don't even bleed blue. Like, people are like, Beachbody, I bleed blue. I bleed ELLIE. Like, I bleed me first and foremost. Because if I'm not here, what is happening to my team? I mean, I would love to think that they're going to rise from my ashes and be even stronger, but maybe they won't. What about my challengers? What about my kids? I bleed me. So because I bleed me, I do everything that Beachbody does. I word to my advantage and my brand's advantage. And what do I want to be known for? And because I have a really clear vision, when there's a new release of a program, I don't regurgitate the same stuff everybody else is posting. I take that program and I word it in a way that speaks to the way I'm speaking to my audience. So no matter what the program is, they're interested because I am, again, talking on the points that matter to me. I want to be strong. I'm unapologetically athletic. I lead with fitness. I love muscle on me. I work with women who are over 30 and super love muscle on them, and women who are not inspired by their kids all that much. And those are my women. Like, we love our kids, but like, they also make us crazy, and we want something for ourselves that's absolutely not for the kids, right? So knowing what I want to be known for helps me launch programs without being like all over the place. Oh, lift 4, work out only 4 days a week, and then 100 workouts every single day, never miss a workout, 100 for 100. Like, you can make your network feel like any program that comes out is the one you're calling your best one, right? But if you're talking about what you want to be known for, whether it's strength or consistency, you can position those things without making yourself and them crazy. Number 2, a great way to figure out what you want to be known for is to pretend that somebody who knows, loves, and trusts you on your newsfeed is sitting with 2 women in a coffee shop. And they're all scrolling on their phones because welcome to 2019. And the person who knows you sees your picture and goes, oh man, she's so, let's say, funny. Look at this. And they show that. And the other 2 women have never seen you on social media. The shame. And they go, oh, here's this. What do you want that person to say about you? Like, they're not going to talk for 2 hours. And if they do, get a restraining order and move. But they're going to say something real short. What are they going to say about you? What do you want them to say about you? Things I know you don't want them to say are, she's really pretty, but she's super insecure and questions herself 24/7. Oh, she's got great abs some days of the week, but then other days she's like super bloated. Oh, she's lazy. Oh, she's inconsistent. The things that are running through your head about yourself, you don't want them to be said by someone else. So you got to stop that narrative in your head so that it doesn't come through your posts, right? What do you want them to say about you? Oh, man, you should see her journey. She's really honest about what she's going through. Her results, though, are amazing. I follow her because she's funny. I follow her because she has the best desserts and somehow isn't gaining weight. I follow her because. And the thing you want them to say is the thing you should be doing online. So if I was to stalk you for 5 minutes, which is like way longer than anyone would ever stalk you, what am I going to walk away saying from your profile? Oh, she's the Beachbody coach on my newsfeed that posts the most, right? Like, what do you want to be known for? But again, if you want to run with the Beachbody brand, lots of people can do that very successfully. Just be all in for that, unapologetic, in your face, programs. If that works for you, you do it. I've never done that, but there are people who are successful with that too, because you can win anyway in this business. Just don't quit. Okay, so how long do you believe a brand needs to commit to their reputation for? So take your favorite brand, but like your favorite brand. I'm talking Macy's or Disney or Target or like chapter is indigo, the place you go that makes you super happy, how long do you think they should be focused on their reputation for before they're like, okay, we're good, now we don't have to worry about it? Never. Like, that's never going to happen. No brand's ever going to be like, oh, okay, we're okay now. We're good. Now we've got a following no one can break. Think how many brands have collapsed in recent years, especially now. Whether you are involved with social norm and social change could impact your brand. Look at, as if I can't remember their names now. What is that competitor? Wayfair. Wayfair. There was this big thing a few months ago where Wayfair was supposedly supplying beds to these detention centers in the US with the kids. And I was like, it's ruined for me. They better come really quickly and say they've donated those beds to those children in the detention centers. They better right now come out with a massive donation to something and do some really good damage control, because I'm feeling extremely uncomfortable with having liked Wayfair. And you know what they did? They deleted comments on their like page. And then they temporarily disabled the like page. And you know what I did? I dumped every shopping cart I had with them. And no matter what they do now, I'm going to be like IKEA. IKEA, European, I don't know about anything going on there. Reputation tarnished to some people, reputation broken for other people. So all these pieces of furniture I have from Wayfair, I'm not burning them down. I'm not crazy. But am I going to shop there again? No. And now that I've told you, maybe there's another real like activist on this team, and they're like, what? See how bad it can turn? Your reputation can never be tarnished. Does this mean you can never gain 10 pounds? Of course not. Talk about it. But then your reputation is in the comeback. Make that donation, give those beds. Like, fix it, right? Can you take a 2-year break and come back and expect people to be like, I checked your page every day hoping you'd return? No, they moved on to terrible things probably because you abandoned them. Bad coach. Worse, they saw me online and they were like, well, she hasn't left in 5 years. Maybe she won't leave. That's the thing. When someone quits, those of us that are not quitting gain a whole lot of customers. Oh, my coach is just taking a break. And I'm like, I haven't taken a break in 5 years. Are you sure your coach has quit? Can you check that for me? Can you put that in writing? But that's what happens. Your reputation is more important than anything. Don't ever gain Success Club 2 because of something that wasn't quite right. Nothing in this business is secret. You won't take a customer without somebody finding out. Nothing's ever going to happen. Your reputation is more important than that, right? So the next thing is, reputation is an interpretation, more or less accurate, of character. So you don't need to get off this call and be like, what do I want my reputation to be? Get off this call and think, who am I? What are my best characteristics that I can give to the world as my reputation? I can tell you, stop sharing that, but I can tell you, when people scroll my profile, the people that know me, I have a reputation. Disney, I get tagged on Disney things more than I would like. Sometimes I'm like, oh my God, you don't think I saw that? Like, you're the 15,000th person to tag me on it. I saw it, okay? Not getting the Minnie Mouse pens. But like, Disney is a big part of my life and people know that and love it and join me in it, right? I'm from South Africa. That's a big one. Dog videos. I have an old English sheepdog. So anytime anything happens with a big fluffy dog, people tag me on it. Also, people wait on me to weigh in on difficult conversations. You know, Ariel being played by a darker actor is like blowing people's minds, apparently. That was an upsetting thing for people. People are crazy and have like no real problems, apparently. But my reputation is that I love people. I will fight to the death, rarely admit I'm wrong. I really hate doing that, and sometimes it's necessary. They know I love to work out. And they know that I will argue misconceptions about fitness and nutrition. Like, I will go head to head with a dairy farmer and be like, I am so sorry that your industry got overinflated and poisoned a whole lot of people, but let's talk about it. The bubble had to burst at some point. Welcome to the point. Like, they know all that about me. And if they don't like it, they left. which opened up more room for the people who liked it. And then they came in, right? So after this call, scroll your own Facebook. I know we always actually say that. Go back to your own Facebook. What are you known for right now? If I don't know you and I scroll 3-4 times, am I going to see you checking in with a workout video like it's 2015, every single day, the same workout video? Like that's kind of like, can I just tell you that's dead now? Like that's dead. Like one video a week of you working out is probably effective. But like, put it in your stories, do something else with it. But like, am I going to just see that and be like, oh, she works out a lot, cute. Hey, I joined the gym. You really motivated me. Who's gotten that message? Oh my God. You really motivated me to get a personal trainer. What? What am I doing? So scroll. Ask yourself the question, what do you want to be known for? Doesn't matter where my business is at. It's stuck to my screen as we speak. And every time I'm like, I'm so uninspired. Oh my gosh, I have nothing to post, which happens to me constantly. What do I want to be known for? Man, when was the last time I encouraged somebody that it's going to be okay? We take everything too seriously, and a few tweaks are going to solve our problems.
Sorry.
Solve the post. Okay, so that was all me. I hope you realize how important your consistency is, because your reputation is in how much they see you and what you're doing while they see you. If you're not showing up, you don't have a reputation. You don't even exist, right? You need to, unless you're like a one-on-one person who's working their business personally with people, then your reputation is in real life. The rest of us in unicorn land, we need to show up on social media. So wherever you are, what do you want to be known for? Michelle, I could have saved us this entire call. I could have just like gone on at the beginning and been like, okay, so basically, what do you want to be known for? All right, okay, bye.
It's so good though, Ellie, that we've been talking a lot about, finding our ideal client, and this like flows right into that. It's who do you want to help? What do you want to help with? Like, what is your thing? It's just the same. It's the same message in a different box. Figuring out why you're here, why you want to do this, and what you do really, really well. And if you follow that instead of trying to help the masses or be like someone else, like how often do we talk about comparison? That was my biggest, like it took me down for a couple years, and I can totally admit
all of 2015. All of 2015.
Yeah.
I spent in a ball looking at one particular coach going, when I grow up, I want to be her, except I'm older than her, so I'm screwed. Like, yeah, it was crippling.
Yeah, so you guys hear us, like we've been doing this a long time and we still get stuck in that. And why we share it and we're vulnerable in telling you is we want to help you past it, help you through it. Like, don't do it. Don't get yourself into that jam, because it will hold you back. It 100% will hold you back.
Can I just say one more thing that relates to that? If you're on this call and you're like, okay, that works amazing when you're super passionate about your thing. What if I don't have a thing? I don't know what my thing is. Like, I haven't got the niche. Then you got to push in your personal journey. If you haven't got something that's lighting you up on fire, it goes back to your personal journey. You need to break a plateau in mindset or fitness or nutrition. Doesn't matter. But if you feel like you don't know quite what your thing is, but it's here, it's in this realm, it is Beachbody, it is what we do for people, but you don't have that passion of like, the thing is this, I'm going to talk about it for 7 hours. If you don't feel that, push harder somewhere in your journey. And when you break that plateau, you will gain so much energy to point you in the right direction. Because every time you break through a plateau, you're going to want to bring more people with you. And that's the thing, right? That's the thing, that it could be food related. It could be a personal development thing. It could be fitness related. It could be that you're stuck in your journey. Look at your before and afters inside and out and see where you haven't actually progressed in a long time. That's probably where you're stuck. Go dig. And when personally you make a breakthrough, it immediately goes straight through your business like a ripple effect.
Yeah, I would totally agree. And that doesn't mean, she doesn't mean that you have to get skinnier or get six-pack abs. That's not
push-ups on your toes, or suddenly you mastered dinner and done, or there was that thing personally, you started not doing something, or you worked on something personally that was crippling you in another way that also affected your business. Like, it could be literally anything. It could be your marriage. It could be anything. You need a breakthrough.
Yeah, totally. And you're always going to have an audience. Once you start talking about your thing, you will find your audience. Like, I talk about this all the time. What's my thing? Everybody knows emotional eating, right? So that's all I talk about.
And I try not to follow you. I tell specific coaches of mine to follow you, but I don't follow you because, like, I can't follow anybody. I can't follow my own coaches because I get so, like, I don't know, I'm like a chameleon. I start to think like them and post like them and become crazy. Like, I will become Michelle's posts if I read her posts. So for me to be original, I need to not read what other people are doing. And the biggest thing that irritates me is when people send me screenshots from other coaches' stories and they're like, oh my God, did you know? No! And guess who's happier? It's me. I'm happier.
I'm the same. I do not follow coaches. I got into, like, I would exactly the same. I would talk like them. I would write like them. I would try to be blonde when I'm a brunette. Like, it's just terrible. So I'm the same. Like, take it from us. Like, if you're doing that and you know deep down it's holding you back, stop. Like, you just have to sometimes be honest with yourself. Am I going to be able to come up with my own content and speak from my own heart if I just stop putting myself in that position? Like Ellie said, do a social media, like, audit. If you're spending more than, like, 1 millisecond reading other coaches' posts, it's too long, because that's your really valuable time that you could be working on your business. Like, honestly, it was one of my biggest lessons, is just stop following people. I give myself a treat on Saturday night, and that's when I get to go, like, just scroll like a normal person. And if I come across a coach, I come across a coach, and it's awesome. But I don't do that on the regular because it just pushes me back. Like, I compare, or I start, all of a sudden I want to talk about what they're talking about, and that's not my story. So that's why it's important to figure out your story. So I love, what do you want to be known for? We have it on my sticky note here. It's such a great question. And I can see how, when you are stuck, if you just ask yourself that, well, okay, let's talk about emotional eating again, because this business is repetitive. You don't need to come up with new content. Just find your couple things and keep repeating it. How many times have I talked about emotional eating in some way, shape, or form 3 times a week? It's the exact same thing. And Ellie, what's your thing?
My thing is actually going through, like, a really big pivot right now. So until now, my pivot was do it kind of. So this is, like, super honest. You guys, on my profile, inspire, sell. I mean, every brand sells. And, like, if that makes you uncomfortable, go do personal development about that. But on my profile, I sell sex. I hate to say it, but I do. I totally do. Women buy from me because they don't feel sexy and they want to get back to being athletic. My women want abs. My women want abs. They want the last 10, 15 pounds gone. I have women who've lost 100 pounds to see if they can see abs through it. Literally, because if you're an athlete, your shape doesn't matter. If you're an athlete, your shape does not matter. You're athletically minded. So they come to me and they're always like, I just want to feel a little more confident, or, like, I just want to feel well, but they just really want to feel like sexy. But they can't say it, but I can say it. So my thing has always been, I do handstands, I'm upside down, I'm in yoga positions, and it's the women who watch it and they're like, I want that. And they don't know why they want it. But for some reason, there's many of us who see a woman upside down and we're like, and I'm that person. I'm, like, into the Fitspo things where I'm, like, trying to recreate the picture and breaking my neck in the process. But I'm like, I can get it. I don't know why we're like that, but there's a big group of us that are like that. So my thing is, it's sex.
So there you go. You can see, two of you, you've never seen me upside down ever. We're both successful. We
tiny underwear sometimes. And I love it. I have to block a lot. I mean, I had to block a lot of men, but now I don't. Now they can't find me or something. And I'll tell you the best thing is, though, if somebody does make a negative comment, I have fans who will eat them alive before I ever read it. So it's kind of like, and I have a husband who doesn't care.
That's good. Okay, does anybody have any questions for Ellie? I don't see anything in the chat, but this is the time to ask her anything that you want her to cover or explain. This is a shy
tutorial right now.
Shy, quiet group. Okay, well, that was awesome. I think, oh, the other point that I loved, and I really try to talk to my new coaches about this, your reputation coming into this business really does matter. And it's not anything to feel bad about, because you can always fix, improve upon. So for myself, coming into this business after having a hair salon for 20 years, I had a lot of people that trusted me. My gosh, they trusted me with like scissors by their face. So it didn't matter. They trusted me. They said, whatever you're doing, Michelle, is great. So I came in with an advantage, 100%, because a lot of people trusted me already. And if you don't have that, you just have to work to build it. And consistency, like that's what builds your reputation in this business. Like that's your secret weapon. Like Ellie said, there's so many people that come and go, and consistency, like we always say, is your secret weapon. I've shown up 5 years. Megan's shown up for 4 years. Ellie's shown up for 5 years. Camille's shown up for 2.5 years. Darlene's, like the leaders on the teams are the ones that have shown up every single day, no matter what. And that builds your reputation. So it's not something that is unfixable. It doesn't matter. It can be. I loved that you brought that up, because
Casey
I think
said it once. Casey said, people are like, oh, the market is saturated, which like now it actually 5 years in, how many people still ask me like, what's Beachbody? Like that's insane to me, but a lot. But Casey said it one time, there isn't too many Beachbody coaches. There is a lot of crap coaches. But that's really good for the non-crap coaches, because people might have a bad experience with somebody, follow you long enough, and then they'll come to you and be like, oh, I believe in you. You're going to believe in me. You're in it for the reasons I want to be in it. So yeah, just staying and getting better. And if you ever feel like the road is so long and you are so far away, I will never be done working on my reputation. I'll never be done asking, what do you want to be known for? Never. So I'm not at any kind of a middle point of my journey. Every day is like ground zero when you wake up on the first of the month and you're Success Club Zero, no matter what happened last month. Every single one of us goes, okay, so where are these like 3 to 5 people coming from this month? That's me every month. I'm like, oh God, like 0? Oh God, 61 months. Where are we finding 3 to 5 people? I don't know. Every single month I feel this way. 61 months is probably not going to change. I'll be like 84. Oh my goodness, turn on the telepathics. Where are these 3 to 5 people coming on?
it is so true. I think everyone thinks the longer you're here, it changes, and it does not. Every single month is the same thing. But anyways, thank you so much, Ellie. This was really, really super valuable. I appreciate you taking your time away from your family tonight. And thank you, everyone, for joining us for the family call this week. And we'll see you next week. Bye. Thanks, Ellie.